By the way, this is my first day of voice training. I only practiced some of this stuff maybe 5 minutes before recording this. So I kind of got down a practice routine of going through all those steps, practicing my foundation phrase, and then I'm going to try practicing this little 3-paragraph monologue, and we'll see where we're at. I might hate it, it might be terrible, and that's completely okay. Today's day one. I have no idea how this is going to sound. If you guys have any tips for me, please let me know. I would absolutely love to get any tips, and I'd love to see if you think I'd pass.
Today is going to be a very special video. Today we're going to be trying to learn voice training. Oh, so fun, so fun. So, literally, I've done research on this before, but I have no clue what the fuck I'm doing. 2-month window, and I want to start learning how to voice train. How to make my voice sound much more feminine, because, who am I kidding? I want to be that bad bitch, okay? Alright? I want to be that bad bitch, okay? It's just how it is. I want to pop into a VC with some of my guy friends, them not know who it is, and then me talk in a dommy mommy voice, and then be like, hey yo, who dat? Who dis? New phone, who dis? And then I can be like, hey bro, what's up? What's up, bro? It's me! It's me! I want to start talking in a feminine voice outside of roleplay as my female character at the D&D table. I did a little bit of research for you guys. We're going to go over what I kind of learned, just quick little summary, and then I think today's literally going to be day one of me voice training. The shape of your throat, you kind of want to make it like basically just as small as possible. The first thing that I kind of started doing that helped me was doing the hum method. In your normal tone, you just and then go up. Now, very key for this, you do not want to go into your falsetto, because your falsetto is very, very breathy, very airy. It is also prone to voice cracks. It sounds very fucking fake, because that's not your actual voice. It's a falsetto. So, you just want to go up as high as your normal voice can go. You don't want to make that switch. And if you get up to the top and then you feel it switch and then you keep going, well, that's when you know you've gone into falsetto, in case you didn't know what it is. So, let's try it together, all right? Put your fingers on your throat, and as you hum up, you can feel your larynx moving. It's a super easy way to learn how to move your larynx, right? And then what you want to do is you want to hold your larynx up. You want to hold that tension in the back of your throat. And I like to sort of picture it as the vibrations when you're humming normally. It's in your chest, right? And you want to bring it just up into your brain. You want to put that vibration in the back of your brain. You don't want to bring it to the front of your mouth either. You want to make sure it goes up and back. So just imagine like you're sending your throat to the back of your sinuses. Just hold it up there. And it'll feel a little weird, and it probably won't sound much different. Once you get your larynx up, then you can sigh. So you can go and this I'm gonna be real, chat. I'm gonna be real. This might sound like you're moaning, okay? This might just sound like you're moaning, okay? That's fine. That's fine. Besides, it's a bonus to work on that too. Go up and then down, kind of like you're arching through the top of your mouth. You know? And another tip that helps is posture. Keep your back really straight. Breathe in through your nose. And just try and make that arch. Then you can also try doing some whispering while your throat is back there. Just, hello, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you here. Just try and keep your throat really tight. And then we've also got making a certain sound. So I was watching a whole bunch of videos, but one notably that I did see was from Yuko EX, and she has a bunch of videos on it. I hope I'm using the right pronoun there. But she said do the sound, UNG, ung, ung. So do that hum all the way up and then start unging. So, um, hmm, hmm, ung. You don't really want to change your pitch. You mostly just want to change the space in your throat. Another thing that can help is once you've kind of got this down, then you can try doing like short phrases. Paprika on buttered toast. I like that one. Paprika on buttered toast. Paprika on buttered toast. Paprika on buttered toast. And you can practice just saying that in one monotone pitch. You don't have to change. You don't have to do variation going up and down. You can just do one tone just like this. You don't have to change it all. You can just do paprika and buttered toast, but with your throat nice and tight. Paprika and buttered toast. A couple other tips I want to go over before we kind of get into our voice training practice, day one practice. We've got looking up like paragraph monologues. Find a paragraph female monologue or ask ChatGPT to write you one. I don't freaking care. It's for your own practice, right? Read them out loud. Record yourself doing it. Listen it back right away. Try to figure out what you want to work on. The level of femininity, try saying that 3 times fast, you want in your voice is pretty much up to you. So, you know, if after just trying these different things and you kind of get it down, you're at the level you want, great, fantastic. Not usually the way it works for most people, but, you know, it's fine. If that doesn't work, find 1 to 3 paragraph monologue, record it, listen to it back. Once you've done this like 2-3 times, just, you know, fine tuning and figuring out what you want to work on the last time you record it, take a little bit of a break. Take like an hour break, come back, and then listen to the last one. This will help you just sort of reset, get a fresh perspective, and just listen to it without being like, at least being a little bit less, it's cringe, I hate it, I hate my voice, you know, so it'll help with that. Let me clarify. You need to take breaks. Take as many breaks as you need. Do not hurt your voice. If it starts to feel strained, stop. Take a break. Also, drink lots of water. Drink lots of water. Good girl. You never drink enough water. Now, another tip, other than recording yourself and listening back on it, is watching a show with a lot of women speaking. So, your favorite TV show is also a good option. Just find a spot in an episode you're on where a woman is speaking and just try to emulate and mimic exactly what they're saying. Just mimic the female character as closely as you possibly can. Get annoying with it. Sound annoyingly like that character. Pick someone with a distinct voice too. That'll help even more. Because it's a lot easier to do someone with a distinct voice than someone with just a generalized, I'm a girl, ha! You know? So there's that, and then you can even listen to voice actors or voice lines of like characters in video games. Like Valorant, there's a lot of voice lines that you can just look up or even listen to in-game in Valorant of some of the female cast, and they all have distinct voices because they're designed to have distinct voices, and you can just try and practice mimicking them. There's so many instances of, you know, people trolling by pretending to be the voice actor by mimicking the character. And that's definitely a great way to get started. Mimicry is a great practice and a great first step. This will also help you get in the rhythm and pace of feminine speaking. So there is a very big difference between masculine speaking and feminine speaking. So, for instance, if you want to talk more masculine, you'll put spaces in between the words that you say. You'll end your words. You will have certain tones that you start and end every single word on, separating it into and well, maybe not complete thoughts, but every single word is defined. Whereas if you want to talk more feminine, you can sort of try to string all of the words together. If you notice, I'm still using the same exact tone, the same exact throat space, but I'm just stringing all of the words together, and then I'm already sounding much more feminine. And it's just because I'm not pausing in between all the different words. I'm trying to keep it fluent. I'm trying to keep it flowing nice and clear and beautifully, you know? So that can definitely help. And then it also helps to look up feminine laughing. A great way to do this is to watch like VTuber reaction content because they're laughing all the time, right? And I feel like even if you do a bunch of voice training and you get your voice down pat, right? Then you laugh in conversation, and the first time you laugh when you're like in conversation using your fem voice, and then you laugh, and you just have a man-ass laugh. You're like, "Hey girl, what's up?" And then it's like, "Whoa, what the fuck? What?" So practice your laugh too. Practice your laugh, practice your sounds. Make certain sounds be like, "Oh," like just do random stuff like that, Just work on all of it. Do everything. Um, but obviously just focusing on getting the voice down first is good. But when you want to start branching out, start looking up laughs, look up different sounds, reaction type things. Another thing is again from Yuko EX, a tip is foundation phrases are very useful, as well as obviously I mentioned this earlier, posture. That's key for me. If I have my posture, my back is nice and straight, my shoulders are down, I can get a very nice deep breath, and the more air I have, the easier I feel it is to speak in that higher pitch. Because, at least for me, because it's something I'm not used to, it takes more air to talk in that tone. And then, on top of that, foundation phrases are great because, one, you can practice using different tones, different pitches in the words, and then you can also practice doing like different I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, if you lose your voice out in public and you're talking and you need to get it back, you can just go back to your foundation phrase, say it in your fem voice because at that point it's muscle memory. If you practice with your foundation phrase every day, it'll just be muscle memory. You say it and you'll say it in the voice you're trying to do. And another tip from Yuko is, since she's a voice actor, I assume, for every different role that she has, she's developed a foundation phrase for that role to get you into the mood because you just say it so often, right? So you'll automatically say it in that voice. Me personally, and this you can use this template or not, I kind of wanted to come up with something that could be used in conversation, just every day, not something that's super obvious. And unless like I told someone, they wouldn't really know that I'm kicking myself into my voice. But it's nice to see you again. Um, that's my phrase because I feel like it's 6 words long and it has a lot of different shapes, so I can say it repeatedly and I can do a lot of different tonal variations of it. Like, it's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you again. It's so nice to see you again. Like, there's so many different variations of that you can do to practice different tones in whatever voice you're practicing. Um, so that's pretty much it. I mean, we've got let's just go over it real quick. It's all about resonance, shape, and space in your throat. Hum from down to up. So, hold the tension in your throat. Sigh a little bit. Then you can whisper. Just hold that tension in your throat. Start whispering. Then get used to making shapes with your mouth without releasing that tension. Then you can get used to making a certain sound with that sighing sound effect that you're doing with the tension in your throat. So you can start going, and then you can start saying 2-word phrases or just short phrases. Paprika and buttered toast.
Paprika on buttered toast. You can practice it in just a single monotone if that helps. Paprika on buttered toast. And try to keep it all flowing in one fluid sound. Don't break up the words like you would in a masculine tone. And then you can start adding variation to it, like paprika on buttered toast. Paprika on buttered toast. Paprika on buttered toast. Paprika on buttered toast. And then you can practice a foundation phrase, such as, it's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you again.
And then take a break, take a sip of water, you know, just let your throat relax, take a little bit of break, do it again, and then we're gonna hop into our paragraph monologue practice after we do a little bit more of our foundation phrase. Now we got a wet throat. Let's do it again.
Hold the tension in your throat. Ah. 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 Whisper, whisper, whisper. Um. Paprika on buttered toast. Paprika on buttered toast. It's nice to see you again. 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 And now that we've got our voice locked in, I personally don't think so, but I also haven't heard myself back yet, so let's record this monologue and then listen back to it and see what we can try and improve. Let's start at the beginning of this monologue.
Let's listen back to this recording and let's see what we think of it. So,
let's start at the beginning of
start at
this
the beginning.
monologue.
All right.
You call me cruel, but what choice did I have? The world you cling to so desperately is built on exploitation, on silence, on suffering, hidden behind polite smiles. I didn't create that system. I simply refuse to play my role in it. If survival requires
I sound like
obedience,
I'm
then I'll
reading
survive on my own terms.
well, I am
Yours,
reading a script,
think
but
about
I
it.
sound like I'm
Every
reading
law was
like a
written by
bedtime
someone
story
who
almost.
benefited from your
I
compliance.
sound like I'm reading a
Every
bedtime
rule you
story,
followed
chat.
was just another chain, dressed up as an order. I saw those chains for what they are, shackles, meant to keep people small, powerless, forgettable. So, no, I don't apologize for breaking them. I only regret how long it took me to see the truth. And now, here we stand, you and I. You cling to their illusions, I burn them away. You believe I'm your enemy, because I dare to question what you never had the courage to doubt. But one day, when the weight of their hypocrisy finally crushes you, you'll remember my words. You'll understand I wasn't the villain.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
the only one willing to be honest. And that'll be your biggest regret.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. And that'll be your biggest regret. Boy, oh boy. What a monologue. This is such an evil yet reasonable monologue. I asked ChatGPT to write me a female reasonable villain monologue that was 3 paragraphs long, and it is scary how relatable it is. It's not. It's like, what the fuck? What did you do, GPT? Okay, all right, chat. So I think there's a couple things that I'm noticing, right? I think I'm too airy. I'm way too breathy, right? So I need to try and put more. I need more resonance. My resonance ain't there yet. My resonance ain't there. I think I'm gonna try and practice this with the foundation phrase a little bit, and then let's try and do that monologue again. So, let's do our process for getting there. I'll quick run it down for you guys again. Hum down to up. Hold the tension in your throat. Sigh, whisper, make a sound. Say a short phrase. Say simple sentences. So you can add a little bit of, different tones to it, and then you can do your foundation phrase a whole bunch. So yeah, let's do that.
tension in your throat. Ah, ah, ah. Then you whisper. There's tension in your throat. Whisper like this. Paprika on buttered toast. Paprika on buttered toast. Paprika on buttered toast. Paprika on buttered toast. It's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you again. Alright, I think we've got a little bit more, I guess, volume and a little bit more resonance. I do want to try to keep that resonance up in the top of my head, in the back of my throat, up in those sinuses. But I think doing a little bit more air is helping us keep that resonance. I want to try and focus on breathing in through my nose and then leaving as much air for resonance while keeping my throat tight as I possibly can. So let's try doing this monologue again.
We're looking at our second recording of our monologue. Let's see if we can try and get our, if it's good. Let's see if we improved at all from the first one. So,
Again. It's nice to see you 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 again. It's really nice to see you again. I think we've got.
I think I'm using a lot of teeth.
I guess
I'm using a lot of
volume and
teeth.
a little bit more
You know?
resonance.
I gotta
do
put
want
the
to try to
I gotta
keep
put
that
it
resonance up
more in the
in
back of my throat.
top of my
It's
head,
really
in
forward.
the back of my throat, up in those
I literally
sinuses.
just said in the
But I
recording,
think
let's put it in the back of
doing
my
a
throat.
little bit more air is helping us keep balance while keeping my throat tight as I possibly can.
Okay.
So
All right.
let's try
All
doing
right.
this
Let's hear it.
monologue again.
Let's hear it.
After
Come
a
on.
brief
Come on, me. We got this. We got
It's nice to
this.
see you again. It's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you again.
Yes, we already heard this. We already heard. All right. Come on.
It's nice to see you again. You call me cruel, but what choice did I have? The world you cling to so desperately is built on exploitation, on silence, on suffering. Hidden beneath polite smiles, I didn't create that system. I simply refuse to play my role in it. If survival requires obedience, then I will survive on my own terms, not theirs. Think about it. Every law you worship was written by someone who benefited from your
During that part,
compliance.
I heard myself
Every
slipping
rule you
back
follow
into my male
is just
resonance.
another
I gotta
chain
keep it up
I set
top. I
in
gotta
order.
voice crack.
Then I saw
gotta
those
keep it up
chains
top.
for what they are. Shackles meant to keep the people small, powerless, and forgettable. So, no, I don't apologize for breaking them. I only regret how long it took me to see the truth. And now here we stand, you and I. You cling to their illusions, I burn them away. You believe I'm your enemy.
I don't know,
because
man.
I dare to question what you
I
never
don't
had the
know.
courage to doubt. But one day,
I
the
don't
weight of
like
their
it.
hypocrisy
I
will
mean, I
finally
get everyone
crush you.
doesn't like their voice.
You'll
My male
remember my
voice, though, I
words,
don't
and
ever have a
you'll
problem with.
understand
Literally not
I wasn't
once.
the villain. I was only willing to be honest, and that'll become your biggest regret.
Okay, we kind of had something at the end there. Let's quick listen to female VTuber I like. I don't know. Let's go with let's hear Buff Pup's voice. I wanna hear this. I know that I am a cool gal. She has very okay.
Hold the tension in your throat. So I'm gonna hold my tension just like this. I'm gonna try and hold it, and then let's sigh. Ah, ah. Now let's reduce the breathiness. We need to get less breath and less teeth in this voice. Although we do want to keep it flowing together. We don't want to separate it because that sounds more masculine. So we need a feminine voice. Whispering. Okay, let's try our whispering. Hello. I'd like to keep this whispering tone. I'd like to keep it nice and
I kind of don't like the whispering. I'm gonna be real, chat.
Hold the tension in the throat. Paprika on toast, paprika on toast. It's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you again. I don't know if this is any better. I can't tell if this is better, chat. I actually can't tell if this is better.
We have our normal voice, which is just talking like this, and then we can do our
hold the tension in our throat, and we can just kind of start talking like this, and the pitch isn't actually that different from our normal talking voice. It's just we have a different resonance going through our throat. And I think this sounds a lot more natural, a lot less breathy. And if we just try and string it along together in one nice fluid motion, I think that will sound pretty good. So let's try and do it. It's nice to see you again. You call me cruel, but what other choice did I have? The world you cling so desperately to is built on exploitation, on silence, on suffering, hidden beneath polite smiles. I didn't create that system. I simply refuse to play my role in it. You keep... Let me redo that paragraph. I didn't create that system. I simply refuse to play my role in it. It's simply, if survival requires obedience, then I will survive on my own terms, not theirs. Think about it. Every law you worship was written by someone who benefited from your compliance. Every rule you follow is just another chain, dressed up as an order. I saw those chains for what they are. Shackles meant to keep people small, powerless, forgettable. So no, I don't apologize for breaking them. I only regret how long it took me to see the truth. And now, here we stand, you and I. You cling to the illusions, I burn them away. You believe that I'm the enemy because I dare to question what you never had the courage to doubt. But one day, the weight of their hypocrisy will finally crush you. You'll remember my words on that day, and you'll understand that I wasn't the villain. I was the only one willing to be honest. That will become your biggest regret. We fucked up a lot of words in this monologue. I stuttered a lot, but I think that we got our resonance a lot more down pat in this take, and I think it sounds a lot better by listening to a reference of another woman talking, and then also trying to improve off of the recordings we heard before. Now, what I like to do, or what I'm going to try to do, is do basically 3 takes of this monologue. Do a first take, improve upon it after listening to it. Do a second take, improve upon it after listening to it. And that's this take right now. This is our 3rd take. And after we do this 3rd take, I'm actually going to take a little bit of a break, maybe like an hour, and then I can come back to it and listen to it objectively with a pair of fresh eyes, or fresh ears as you might like to call them, and sort of see what I think about it. It'll give us a lot more of a open opinion about it, a little bit more of a less critical approach, and more of a objective hearing of the way it actually sounded. And then after that, then if I want to do more voice training on that day, I'll do that. But if I don't really feel like it, that's fine. I've already done plenty today. 3 takes of this monologue and just practicing our foundation phrase. It's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you again. It's really nice to see you again. It's nice to see you again. If we just practice that in our voice to try and get into that mindset, then we can use that phrase anytime to kick ourselves into our feminine voice. And I guess that's kind of going to be my process for my daily voice training exercises. We got our hum down to up, hold the tension in our throat after humming, do a little bit of sighing. You can whisper if you like. I personally don't like whispering. I'm actually going to take that out of my routine because I don't like it, and that's fine. Everything works different for all of us, so if it works for you, fantastic. And then you can try making a sound, the This will help you get a sound while making shapes through your voice. Honestly, I'm not too much of a fan of this because we're already sort of getting that sound through our sigh, and then we can get our short phrases like paprika on buttered toast, which is my favorite phrase, honestly. Paprika on buttered toast. And honestly, that might become my foundation phrase just because I love it so much. Paprika on buttered toast. It doesn't at all fit into normal conversation, but I like it, so we might use that. And then you can try saying short phrases like key significance or iPad stylus. You know, just 2 words, and Try and get used to saying words. Only two, only two. And then you can get into your simple sentences, your phrases, do your foundation phrase a whole bunch. Say it as many times as you can. Paprika and buttered toast. Paprika and buttered toast. Paprika and buttered toast. Basically, try and get that resonance. Just keep the back of your throat tight, the back of your tongue pressed up, and keep it inside your sinuses. Put your tongue in your sinuses. Only the back of your throat, though. Keep the front of your tongue down by your teeth, the bottom teeth, but put the back of your throat in your sinuses. Paprika and buttered toast. And then do a little bit of a monologue. Do 3 takes of it. And that's plenty of voice training on one day. And honestly, I think I'm actually already pretty good with voices in general. I think I'm actually doing pretty well for my first day. But I do want to get a lot better. I want it to be absolutely seamless, and I want it to become my regular voice. So I hope you guys will enjoy this journey along with me. I hope you guys liked it, and if you have any tips, send them my way. I know I repeated a lot of things in this video. I've said a lot of things multiple times, but you know, it's I ramble, okay? I ramble. It's just the way it is. But I'll see you all in the next video, which is going to be about Warframe priming. And then after that, we're also going to do our best of July clips because I still haven't edited that video either. Whoa! So I've got a lot of work to do, but I really hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Bye-bye.